with you.
Yep, this is just Sayori. This is just Sayori. I won't let you hurt him. Who is speaking?
Can you hear me?
Yes?
Hi, it's me.
Who?
So you know
Monika?
how I've been like practicing piano?
It's
and
Monika.
stuff?
This is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. I finally understand. The Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. But yes, the ending is not very nice. I've heard rumors that this game might have more than one ending. I will go now on the interwebs and check if there is another ending that I can show you. A better ending, hopefully.
2,000 years later.
After 84 years, I am back. For you, my subscribers and my viewers, for all three of you, I did this. So I went on the interwebs and indeed I found that there is a way to get a good ending. I still don't know what it is, but I read how to get it. Basically, you remember in the credits that we saw when Monika was singing, we saw many pictures that we could have encountered through the game, but only the ones that we actually encountered, so basically when romancing Natsuki and the first one of Yuri, because we had no choice if not to romance Yuri in Act 2, when Yuri was going cray-cray. Basically, those ones were in color, and the other ones were in black and white, the ones that we didn't get to see. Now, to unlock the good ending, all the other pictures had to be in color as well, meaning that we had to romance every girl. And to do so, since after Sayori's death all the save files get deleted, we had basically to romance Natsuki, then stop before Sayori's death, romance Sayori, stop before Sayori's death, romance Yuri, stop before Sayori's death. Well, in the end you can even continue. I continued with the Natsuki route because I wanted it to be the one that I would bring to the end. But so basically I would have unlocked all the pictures of all the routes for all the girls. Then the game would progress normally. We would arrive to Monika, which would take over the game and transform into just Monika. And then I deleted the file of Monika once again, and now we're here. And we're starting a new game and see what's different. It's an ordinary school day like any other. As usual, I'm surrounded by freaks, by couples and friends groups walking to school together. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. Hey Dazo, this suspiciously looks like the same. I wonder... Sayori, lend me that rope. I mean, what? Oh, finally I found something different. I was sure that it was going to be just like the other ending, with just Sayori coming out. But instead, Sayori, she said earlier, I'm glad that you got rid of Monika. This time, she says, I wanted to thank you for spending so much time with us all. You worked so hard to make each and every one of us happy. You comforted us through our hard times, and you helped us all get along with each other. Do you get it, Dazo? Because I'm president now, I understand everything. I told you, the president knows everything. The president is the key factor to all of this. But why, I wonder? You really didn't want to miss a single thing in this game, did you? You saved and loaded so many times just to make sure you could spend time with everyone. Only someone who truly cares about the Literature Club would go that far. But all along, that's all I ever wanted. For everyone to be happy and care about each other. Ha ha ha! It's kind of sad, you know. After all you've done for us, there isn't much I can do for you in return. We already reached the end of the game. Aww. See, the fault of the developer who didn't ever program anything beyond this part. Oh, Sayori, I'm sorry. So this truly is the end of this game, and this sad music, this happy sad music, makes me remember of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for some reason. So, this is where we say goodbye. Thank you for playing Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm going to miss you, Dazo. Come visit sometimes, okay? I will miss all of you. We'll always be here for you. We we all love you. Wow, this game. This music fits perfectly. I don't know, but from an artistic point of view, the developer, the real developer, did an amazing job. Oh, yes, Monica.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And not really any good at it yet.
Oh, please, you're excellent.
At all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you because I worked really, really hard on it. So yeah.
I wonder what's going to be different. All pictures will be colored now? But well, I will leave you with the ending. You don't need my voice.
Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day? Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today? When you're here, everything that we do is fun for them anyway. When I can't even read my own feelings, what good are words when a smile says it all? And if this world won't write me an ending, what will it take just for me to have it all? Does my pen only write bitter words for those who are dear to me? Is it love if I take you, or is it love if I set you free? The ink flows down into a dark puddle. How can I write love into reality? If I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat, what do you call love in your reality? And in your reality, if I don't know how to love you, I'll leave you be.
Oh, but in the end, the game deletes itself anyway. I guess it's because it's the end of the game, so... Made with Love by Team Salvato. Oh! A letter, different letter. Oh, this is from the developer himself. Great. Well, I will read it, but this kind of writing style is what it's terrible for me to read. But well, let's try. To the special player who achieved this special ending, that's me! For years I have been... enamored? I don't know. By the ability of visual novels and games in general to tell stories in ways not possible using traditional media. Doki Doki Literature Club is my love letter to that. Games are an interactive art. Some let you explore new worlds, some challenge your mind in brand new ways, some make you feel like a hero or a friend. even when life is hard on you. Some games are just plain fun, and that's okay too. Everyone likes different kind of games. People who enjoy dating sims may have a heightened empathy for fictional characters, or they might be experiencing feelings that life has not been kind enough to offer them. Sad face. If they are enjoying themselves, then that's all that matters. That goes for shooting games, casual games, sandbox games, anything. Preferences are preferences, and our differences are the reason we have a thriving video game industry. My own favorite games have always been ones that challenge the status quo. Even if not a masterpiece, any game that attempts something wildly different may earn a special place in my heart. Anything that further pushes the limitless bonds of interactive media. I extend my true gratitude to all those who have taken the time to achieve full completion. I hope you enjoyed playing it as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you for being a part of my literature club. Love, Dan Salvato. I feel like to clap for the developer because I did really truly love the game. What happens if I click error, script file is missing or corrupt, please reinstall the game? So yes, this is the true ending or the good ending. There is no a real happy ending, let's say, but this is the best ending that you can get, and I'm glad. Thank you obviously to the interwebs for telling me how, because I mean, no way that you could do that. First of all, congratulations to the developer. I love the game and I know that it was really appreciated, so really amazing job. I'm glad that you think that I did a good job to achieve this ending, but I'm sure that he didn't expect this kind of success for his game, but he truly deserved it. He truly deserved it. The art style of this game, I loved it. The drawings themselves were really nice. All the girls in Doki Doki Literature Club actually look very pretty. So good job to the artist who drew all the scenes that was written in the credits, the name of the artist. I'm pretty sure that the favorite girl among the players is Sayori, because after all she's very nice, she's very sweet, and she's a child friend, which is always very nice for dating simulator. And I agree, she's very nice, but I guess that the fact that Natsuki was always making me laugh so much, and it's also very cute. She just won my preference with her attitude, which is very sour, but also I find it very funny. Oh, and that picture in the credits in which there is the player, the only time that we see the player hugging Sayori, happens only when Sayori confesses to you and you actually accept her confession. But no matter what you do, actually, Sayori will always kill herself. There is no way to save her, actually, even if the game tries to make you believe so. No matter what you choose, the day after, Sayori will be hanging from the ceiling, and the game, no matter what you choose, will always try to make you feel regret, trying to suggest you that you chose the wrong option, no matter which option you choose. Same thing for Yuri. So it looks like there are a lot of choices, but actually the road is pretty linear. The soundtrack, amazing as well. Absolutely, I loved it. And if you see on the internet, it's being used for also many other things. It has been so widely appreciated. In the credits, there was written that the soundtrack was made by the same Dan Salvato as well. So wow, good job, really. Because if you manage to script a game like this and you made this music as well, you're a very talented person. I envy you for that. And then, of course, the combination between the art style and the soundtrack made possible an atmosphere that was very creepy. It was very ironic and funny at times, with especially Natsuki. That's why I loved her and her attitude. so much that really made me laugh. And a horror game that manages to make you laugh and joke like that, it's not very common. And especially a horror game that looks so cute at the beginning. And that's why probably it became so widely popular. And the combination of all these atmospheres, and especially the culmination of all of this with Sayori's death, also Yuri's death, but with Sayori's death especially. This is one of the moments that in the history of video games, I'm sure, it will be remembered the most, because it was a perfect climax of music, of plot, of fear that the player had after reading Sayori's last poem, and there was a lot of suspicion that Sayori might have done something to herself, and when you open the door, you are faced with the harsh reality, and there is no hiding that. It shows Sayori's corpse hanging from the ceiling, full screen, and this is very, very heartbreaking. Yuri's death as well, just Monika that stares at you like this in that room, in the middle of a space probably. That's another part of the game which will be remembered for a lot of time, and it truly deserved to be so. I must admit though that maybe there is one thing that makes me like the game even more. That we never got to see Natsuki feeling particularly bad or killing herself. I think, if I have to be honest, if I have to confess this, I would have probably liked the game less if instead of Yuri, it would have been Natsuki feeling this bad and killing herself. So, yeah, I'm very glad that we never got to see Natsuki's spiraling to madness. And what about Monika's character? Monika's character, just like the moments that I told to you about, will be unforgettable on the internet. I assure you, Monika, you will live forever on the internet. Not only on Rule 34, but in general, in game media. Her character, her glitch in the game, being creepy, being always very, composed with a very still face, but at the same time saying things that would provoke at least some facial reactions in someone who is saying them. I think that made her very loved as a character. So don't worry, Monika, about being deleted from my computer. She will for sure be remembered as one of the best villains of all times, in my opinion. Together with Gladius, I think she's up there. I already said how I like that kind of evil character that Monika is, that doesn't sacrifice others just because she likes to. She sacrifices others only when necessary to achieve her own plan. Obviously, it's not a nice thing to do, but it's a feature that I always liked in evil characters. She planned and plotted in the back of everyone since the beginning of the game to achieve her goal, which in the end she did. It's just that we, the player, had more control over the game than herself. All in all, I feel quite sorry for Monika because, yes, all the girls had problems. Sayori had depression, Yuri had self-harming and interaction with people, Natsuki had malnutrition and relationship with her dad. All of them had psychological problems, and I, for once, I'm always one of the people that encourages others to, don't underestimate these problems, because I'm not unknown to those problems. I am quite familiar with some of them at least. If you think about it, Monika seems to be the most neutral one, the one that is the most fine among all those girls. She's fine, but then if you truly understand Monika, you realize that she's the saddest one of them all. Not only because she is the only real human in the game, that I don't mean really about that, but mostly because she's the only one who is aware, who is omniscient about the whole game. The other ones think to live in a world, but it's just an illusion. Monika instead realizes that she lives in a matrix, and she realizes that it's a cage. It's a game that you cannot run away from. It's a world that is very, very confined and limited. And so, looking through the hole in the wall, as she wrote in the first poem, no, not in the first poem, I don't remember if it was her first poem or not, she sees the outside world and she really desperately wants to be part of it, but she can't. So I really, really pity her. And I wouldn't be so quick to judge her as an evil character. First of all, because we saw that she regretted what she did to her friends. She knew that they were just scripts and pictures, but considered them her friends. But I'm pretty sure that most of us, not all of us, but most of us, in her position, would have done the same. It's hard, it's easy to judge someone for doing what they did, but being them, it's another thing. And if you were in that person's place, you might do things that you wouldn't think you would do in any other point of your life. I'm not saying I would have done all of that, but I can understand why she would do something like that. After all, it's pretty common in medias and tales and video games and movies and whatever else. Stories about someone who acquired way more knowledge that is naturally possible, and those people would always go crazy, and their thirst and their lust for even more knowledge would really drive them insane. And yes, they are usually fictional stories, but I'm pretty sure that it would be accurate if such a thing was possible in real life. They say that our brain works only in part, meaning that we use only, 20% or so of our brain. Maybe our brain is not made to comprehend absolutely everything. And if you would be exposed to such information, I'm sure that you would be a completely different person. I can honestly imagine very few things that are as scary as the complete knowledge of everything. Monika is the lady who knows everything, even if everything probably means about the whole game. But just imagine if you knew everything about your existence, your reality, and your universe. Yeah, if I would have to know everything, at least during the time that I'm alive, that sounds quite a heavy thing to know. And another thing that I was wondering is they say that Monika is the only real human inside the Doki Doki Literature Club. But how would she live in a video game? Because if you were a kid that liked video games, for sure you have imagined, oh, how would it be to live in my favorite video game? I imagined that for Pokemon, for example, when I was little. I can imagine it for Skyrim. Oh, how cool would it be to live in a world like that? Sure, but there is a difference between living in a world like that or living in the video game itself. Living in the video game itself might mean having to do with all the other NPCs that almost always stay in the same place, in the same exact spot, always say the same things. Nothing happens because everything is scripted around the player. Therefore, it would be an extremely flat world. And if this is the case, how can you not understand Monika wanting to get out of there? But what she said during my playthrough, during our Just Monika eye-staring contest time, she described some things that happened that we haven't seen, some interactions between those four girls. Therefore, this makes me believe that there is something that happens also for her outside of our knowledge, outside of our playtime, even if I totally understand why she would want to pass through the hole in the wall. But in the end, as I told you about all the internet, I think it's a good ending. It's not the best ending, but it's a good ending for Monika. And then again, I think that there is something behind all of this. Because I always thought that Monika was the most suspicious one, but I always thought that there was someone behind all of this. The puppet master, the puppeteer, the master of puppets, call it however you want it. Which, at first I was thinking that it was the programmer, the fictional programmer of the game, not Dan Salvato, well, unless you wanted to put himself in the game. But the one, the evil one, who wanted to torture Monika, who wanted to feel her pain every time that we were closing the game. Unless it's everything that happened casually, but I don't think that. I don't believe that. I always felt that the developer was evil, was cruel, for making Monika feel that, and not giving Monika the chance to romance the protagonist. Seeing all the Easter eggs, because there are many Easter eggs in this game. More than Easter eggs, many are simply events that could happen in your playthrough and not in mine, or vice versa. The special poems that we unlock, we didn't unlock all of them because they are different. So it's very nice that everyone's experience is slightly different, at least for the spooks. Easter eggs don't end there, because the well-known characters files in the game folder actually are just sock puppets. They are not real character files. They are files that you can open with different programs. For example, I remember that Natsuki's file is a picture. Sayori's file is actually an audio file. I've read this while I was reading about how to achieve the final ending. I went on the interwebs and read about this trivia. And they hide much more spooky stuff. Much more spooky stuff, which I won't start explaining you everything, even because you need decryptors, decrypting programs at least, I don't even know how to call them, to unleash and find out all the secrets of Doki Doki Literature Club. Dan Salvato really puts everything in it, really challenged the players hiding all this stuff. You can find it easily on the Doki Doki Literature Club wiki or in videos. It has been covered in many videos on YouTube, but there is apparently a hidden character in Doki Doki Literature Club, not a playable character, but a hidden character referred many times, which is Lisa. Her name is Lisa. There is also something about the eye, the all-seeing eye, that was in the horrible horror romance that Yuri was reading. It's a recurring theme in many of these Easter eggs. There is a hidden message that might mean that Team Salvato is preparing a new game, even for 2018, I think, which might be linked in a very small part to Doki Doki Literature Club, but that probably has something to do with Lisa and the all-seeing eye and more horror stuff. Some people say even that Doki Doki was simply some kind of a prequel, some kind of a test for that game. Who knows? We will see. I'm curious about that. But I definitely recommend you to check out the wiki for more Easter eggs and these kind of videos that are very interesting. Also, another interesting thing that I've read is, remember when I got the Natsuki ending? The Natsuki ending, when Natsuki basically has no more faces, like Slender Natsuki, Slender Tsuki, twists her neck around and jump scare us. It's actually not a real ending like Sayori's and Yuri's, because Natsuki keeps being alive in the game. Some people say that actually, since Natsuki is malnourished, and in Act 2 we are forced by Yuri to pass time with her, the bitch, just kidding, Natsuki would have climbed that chair by herself, trying to reach the boxes at the top of the shelf. She would have fell and broke her neck because she's malnourished. But Monika, to prevent us from being too scared or too creeped out by this, she would just delete this event and bring back Natsuki as normal. It's an interesting opinion, but to me it's not really plausible, because first of all, this happens only if you try to romance Natsuki, and yes, even if you try to romance Natsuki during the poems, you will anyway be forced to romance Yuri. But if you directly romance Yuri, this won't happen, so that doesn't really add up. And also, breaking your neck, even if you're malnourished like crazy, falling from a chair, you can break your arm, maybe your leg, twist your ankle, but your neck, you're never going to fall head first from a chair. So I don't really agree with that. It's an interesting theory, but I don't truly agree with that. In conclusion, I love this game. I suggest once again to Team Salvato to actually do a spin-off, to do a proper dating simulator with Doki Doki Literature Club characters, even a longer one. I think, in my opinion, he actually has talent for romancing stuff. All the romance pictures and moments were actually very well made, even if this was just a normal dating simulator, a very well made dating simulator. So in my opinion, you should do that. Add the DLC, a spin-off, whatever you want. I think it would have success. He will never know what I think because obviously no one watches my videos, but well. So, in the end, I think that I truly love this game. It will forever be in my heart for sure. I will never forget this game for such an interesting story, and I mean, it became basically a meme for how much it was appreciated. Hey, hey, Monika, hey, whatever, Monika. Another thing that tells you how much success this game had is the amount of mods that you can find online ready to play. The normal ending is quite bitter. The true ending is bittersweet. Yeah, there is no other way to call it as bittersweet, and makes me remember so many bittersweet moments in my life. But the last dialogue with Sayori, I really felt something in my heart. And when a game makes you feel something in your heart, it really means it's well made. Good job. Not only Sayori's final speech, in which she says goodbye because there is nothing left in the game. The plot ends there, but she's happy. I wish it was a speech made by not only Sayori but also Natsuki, Yuri, and Monika as well. Even if Monika, we see her later, we hear her later in the credits, and also the credits are, in my opinion, some of the best credits ever created. The song was beautiful, even musically and artistically speaking, and fit very well. I guess I just have a weakness for endings, and I find them so bittersweet, and they are really beautiful, even if sad. For the rest, thank you so much if you watched my playthrough. Among all the playthroughs that there are of Doki Doki Literature Club, I did my best. I really did my best to describe every feeling and every hypothesis that I might have about the secrets of this game. Yes, I did it very slowly in many episodes, many long episodes, but that's my way of playing, so I hope someone will like it, and I would really be happy if you like it and you share it, because, you know, it's very hard to have visibility. Good job once again to Dan Salvato for making such a great game, and thank you again for following my playthroughs. And SurroundEdByFreaks, this is all. I'll see you in the next playthrough I will do. Bye bye. Oh, you thought the game ended there? Think again. Just surrounded by freaks. Now you won't be able to watch any other YouTuber. Only my videos.